that was so fucking close.
Pizza camp!
So I was thinking about what to do or what to talk about in today's video. Then I was just thinking about funny moments that I've had with my friends, or what stupid moments we've done, just anything like that. And I remembered a funny story about, I'd say maybe 6 years ago now, so maybe when I was 10 or 9. I can't quite remember how old I was, but I know I was still in primary school. And it involves a bread knife and cutting someone's gate open. So let me explain what happened. So I live opposite my friend who used to, well, yeah, I live opposite him, and opposite both of our houses is a piece of grass. Now, the grass isn't very big, but it's big enough maybe for 6 or 7 people to play a game of football on, kick a ball about, just be kids. And normally every day, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a day, we'd lose the ball, we'd kick it into someone's garden, we'd knock on the door, and you know, they'd pass us our ball back. But this particular day, the house that it normally goes across into, let me just explain it even, like, opposite my friend's house is the piece of grass, and opposite his house, like, his house is on the left, in the middle is a piece of grass, and on the right is opposite his house is like the house which the ball normally gets stuck in, or like in their garden. So it's like house, grass, house, and we'd not always kick the ball out on the grass, and like I said, normally we'd lose the ball into their garden. And like I said, this particular day they wasn't in, they just wasn't in. So we kicked the ball into their garden. Normally, if like they don't answer, the gate's normally open, so we just walk in their garden and take the ball. But for some reason, they must have got sick of us doing this, and they locked their gate. But instead of using like a padlock or like just a lock in general, they decided to tie their gate with string, like what you'd use as a washing line. Like, if you're from England, I think you'll know, like, I'll put a picture on screen, like, really, really thin rope. They decided to tie their gate around to, like, a metal pole, so no one could open their gate. Not even them, unless they, like, cut it. That's basically the only way they could open their gate. Well, their back gate, anyway. And we, as usual, we lost our ball into their garden, and we tried climbing it. Well, we could have just climbed it, but we thought it'd just be easy to try and cut this string. So, with my friend living pretty much next to it, he just says, "Give me 1 minute, I'll just go grab a knife." And he goes to grab, we're thinking he grabs some like really sharp knife that'll just, or maybe some scissors, or just something that it will just easily slice through this rope. And bear in mind, we're about 9 years old, 10 years old at this time, and we're with people that maybe a year older than us, 2 years older than us, just people that live down our street would often just meet at this grass and just have a game of football, have a game of rugby, play, just be idiots. And he says, "Hang on, let me just go grab a knife." So we're waiting, and he he comes out and he's got some massive bread knife. It's I'll put a picture on the screen. It's almost as big as his arm, and it's like so blunt, like it wouldn't cut through anything. So he runs out with it like, I've got a knife, we'll just cut through it. And we're just all dying with laughter because he's that stupid. He genuinely thinks like this knife would cut through some rope. I know I said the rope very, very like thin, but come on, it was a bread knife. Like I'll put a picture on screen of what it was like. Like when you Google bread knife, you see like kind of like really, really sharp ones, but it was just basically like a piece of metal, just a non-sharp piece of metal with like a handle. And he at 9 or 10 years old, he runs out with this knife. Like, bearing in mind, it is big, and he just runs out and tries cutting it, and is like, use it as like a chainsaw to try and cut it, and he's just having no luck whatsoever. But we're just all laughing at him trying to do it. It was just the funniest thing ever. He's just It was just, I'll have to try and get him on one time to explain this story, but he's got one of the most blunt knives, just trying to cut through some rope, which he's got, but I don't know, he's just that stupid and that young, that naive. He just thinks he's going to get through it, and he has no luck whatsoever. Eventually we just throw him over the fence to pick the ball, and we just resume playing. But I just thought I'd tell you that stupid story. I know it's not one of the best, but it's just how a 9 or 10-year-old kid ran out with a bread knife to try and cut someone's gate open. Basically, that's it. Within 10 seconds, he runs out of his house to try and cut someone's gate open with a bread knife, and it didn't work whatsoever. So we had to climb the fence and we got the ball back. But yeah, that's the story. I'm going to. I think that's it for the story. I've got quite a lot more that I'm going to be telling on this channel. I've got quite a lot wrote down of what I'm going to tell. But that's basically it for this story. I like making story videos. I find them enjoying to watch. I thought I'd make some of myself. I've got, like I said, I've got more coming on the way. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any stupid stories, which I kind of don't think you will, involving someone like trying to cut someone's gate open with a butter knife, which wasn't even sharp and wasn't able to cut anything. If you've got any similar stories, let me know in the comments below. But that's basically it. I'm going to record a whole load more of these stories. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and peace out.